What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this Forex forecast. Today we're going to be going over several of the different pairs that we are interested in entering or that we're already in for the week of April 27th. Now, before we actually get into all of this, I do want you guys to not only like this video, but also comment the pairs that you want us to cover down below. Not only does it help support us, but it gives other people the opportunity to potentially see this video as well. That being said, we're just going to quickly go over some of the pairs that we are in. And once again, we are still looking at several of these key pairs from the last couple of weeks. They're still touching these critical zones, which could determine whether or not we are going to be taking these entries or making them invalid. So to start off with, we are still at New Zealand USD. You can see we are at this critical juncture right here with us testing this descending trend line after it had broken through several times. Now, the great thing about this area is it coincides with the 38% threshold of this leg as well. So if we take a look at that, we can see here swing high, swing low. Oops, wrong one. So not only, sorry, I said 38, I meant 50. And if we take a swing high, swing low on the weekly, we can see that it coincides with the 61% fib as well. So this does have a lot of confluence in addition to it lining up perfectly with this descending trend line. Now, if it does start respecting this as resistance and we are able to, as in our entry conditions are satisfied and we're able to enter on this trade, then we can start looking at taking a short towards our TP1, which is the 127 fib of the weekly leg. And just to be sure, we can look at this. So that's kind of the target zone. And just giving additional support, monthly support was broken, which lined up with this fib. So that was my initial entry zone, but because there has been a lot of resistance in this trend line, we're looking at staying here. Next is going to be Euro British Pound. And I had said before that this was potentially interesting, mainly because of the fact that there was some structure happening on the daily here. But what's going on, interestingly enough, around here as well is this kind of makeshift head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. So depending on how this leg closes, we could see another great run towards this area right here. But for now, we're still hovering inside a drawdown, a slight drawdown with this particular pair, because we did end up getting triggered on our buy limit a couple of days ago, if not last week. So we're kind of waiting this one out. This is a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio. So if it doesn't go to plan, so be it. It just hits our stop loss. That's why we have risk parameters set in place. But if it does continue to show that it's closing above this structural support level, then we do have potential legs of it reaching at least our TP1, which we've seen in the last video is a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio, and all the way up to TP2, potentially making us a 1-to-4. So another interesting one that I wanted to cover was Pound AUD. I had talked about this one, I don't know, about 4 weeks ago. And what I had said is if this area is showing bullish continuation, has good legs to make it up to this 88 fib level and this structural level or more, but if it respects it, we could short it down to this 127 fib level. And you can see a lot of people would have assumed, because it had broken out, that there was in fact an opportunity to buy. Now, depending on your trading style, it could have been an opportunity to buy if you're specifically an intraday or a day trader or a scalper. But because we're swinging for my particular strategy, we need to wait for an actual confirmation of a retest before we were able to buy, and our entry conditions needed to be satisfied. So we didn't end up ultimately buying, which means because we didn't end up ultimately buying, we avoided a what's called a bull trap, and we ended up saving ourselves a unnecessary loss. So now that we are not only below this structural support level, we are also below this trend line once again. So at the very minimum, we're looking at bringing and testing this trend line once more, because we do see that this is an ascending trend line. However, because of that it's touching and respecting major structural levels right here and right here and right here, that coincides with some Fibonacci's of this leg, we do have a high probability of it coming and breaking not only this trend line, but also this support level and hitting this area as well. However, we're looking at the bare minimum testing this trend line, and then if we do end up breaking it with a retest, by that point we'll be in a break even position. So I'll just show you what that would look like, and I'll give you two different setup parameters. So this is basically what it would look like if we did end up going in on this, and if we ended up going towards TP1, great, that's still a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. If we go towards this area, it's below our desired risk reward ratio, which is a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio. As you can see right here, this is a 1.47. So it's not that great, not that ideal. However, if you were doing that, chances are you're on a smaller time frame anyway, so you can at least move the stop loss a little bit higher. But the ultimate goal is, if it does hit this area, we would already be at a break-even point, so it wouldn't necessarily matter. You can decide to take profit if you want, if it's showing signs of reversal and respecting this trend line, or you can let it run its course. That being said, that's your discretion. This is just a potential setup depending on how price is starting to behave inside the domain of this ascending trend line. If it starts respecting this area support resistance, and this trend line is resistance again, then we do have legs for selling, and we could potentially see a great move towards TP1 and potentially TP2. Anyways, that's it. We do have, as you can see here, several different pairs on the chopping block that are in setup positions. So if you want to check out all of those, be sure to follow us on YouTube and on TradingView, and don't forget to join our MAM as well, because we do post different updates on all the different pairs that we are in or already entering, in or interested in entering, so that you guys can have a better understanding of what we're doing. Not only that, we do have trading course material to teach you how to go from beginner to pro trader. So if you're interested in that, don't hesitate to message us as well. And lastly, we do have a management services. So that being said, this is our Forex forecast for April 27th. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
Crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex.
What's up, guys? I want to say thank you again for checking out this breakdown for this particular pair. And I want to ask you guys to not only like and comment on this video, but also go check out our MAM channel. We have a channel dedicated specifically for breakdowns of the pairs and positions that we're actually entering or were already entered. So if you are interested in just getting a little bit more supplementary information and understanding how we analyze the market, go check out that MAM channel. It will be somewhere in the description or in the bio above. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. Go check out the MAM channel, like and comment, and don't forget to follow us for more of these free analysis videos. Thank you again. Talk to you soon.